Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Haste and I wanted to take a look at some of the lore aspects behind Guild Wars 2. Beginning with one of the 5 playable races, the plant-like humanoid creatures called Sylvari. Sylvari are one of the newest additions when it comes to the racial pool of Tyria. In fact, they have only roamed the world for a mere 25 years. Humanoid in form and plant-like in nature, they are all born from a single parent, namely the Piltree located on the Tarnished Coast. Bound together with a common origin and a shared dream, it isn't quite clear why they suddenly appeared on Tyria, but what we do know is the story behind the creation of the Sylvari. The story of the Sylvari begins with 2 entirely different races over 250 years ago, a human and a centaur. The human, called Ronan, was a warrior part of an order called the Shining Blade. Separated from his patrol, Ronan discovered a cavern filled with strange seeds which were guarded by powerful plant creatures. Taking some of the seeds with him back home, he discovered that his entire village had been slaughtered by a rival order called the White Mantle. Mourning the loss of his loved ones, he planted the seeds he found in the cavern on their graves and swore never to fight again. Later on, Ronan was joined by a creature sharing similar values and ideas. This creature was the centaur Ventari, an elder of the centaurs who abhorred violence and who eventually fled his homeland into the direction of the Tarnished Coast. Together, Ronan and Ventari formed a small community serving as a refuge for those seeking peace in a world filled with violence. Over time, a tree grew from the seeds Ronan had planted, and both human and centaur tended to the tree, living beneath its branches at peace. In time, both Ronan and Ventari passed on with age, but before leaving his life, Ventari left behind a marble tablet among the roots of the tree that was known as the Piltree, leaving behind his lessons of wisdom. As the Piltree grew, she spread her shade over the surrounding areas, eventually bearing fruit, and at the heart of this fruit were the first Sylvari. While these Sylvari were still cradled by the Piltree, she created a dream that would be shared by all Sylvari, a dream based on the human and centaur lives that tended to her before. 25 years ago, in 1302, this Piltree birthed the first 12 Sylvari, known as the Firstborn. These Firstborn now serve as the closest thing to rulers within the Sylvari race, based mainly on the respect that comes from them due to their wisdom and time spent on the world of Tyria. 6 years after their birth, more Sylvari began appearing, and 4 of the Firstborn now guide these newborn. These Firstborn are collectively called the Luminaries. Which of these Firstborn mentors a specific newborn depends on the cycle they are born in, as Sylvari know 4 cycles. These cycles are based on the time that they awake and greatly influence their personality. The Sylvari are fewer in number than the other greater races, with more awakening each day. They might be new to Tyria, but because of the dream created by the Piltree, and influences by the emotions and knowledge of other Sylvari, they know what the world is about and are curious to find out more, but are already facing numerous challenges within and without. Not all the other races have welcomed them, but their greatest threat is no doubt the dangers coming from within. Numerous Sylvari have rejected the dream, but there is now also a warning within the dream itself. As each Sylvari hears the song of the Piltree and learns of the world from the dream, so too do many hear a dream about the enigmatic dangers that threaten the awakened world. For most this is just a glimpse, but on occasion some see the shadows of dragons and know that this is a threat to the world. As such, of all the races, the Sylvari see the threat of the Elder Dragons most directly. This is even more solidified by the fact that their lands are under constant threat of the undead minions of Zhaitan, who wash ashore from the Sea of Sorrows and are strangely unable to convert the Sylvari into their ranks. Yet this threat of the Elder Dragon is one of many. A group of Sylvari have rejected the teachings of Ventari's tablet and claim that the centaur's influence has mutilated the dream. They instead focus upon the shadow within the dream, turning away from what they call false morality and actively explore the darker side of their nature. These cold, cruel and merciless Sylvari see themselves as the true Sylvari and consider it their great purpose to bring everyone else of their race into the same darkness that has a hold over them. This order, called the Nightmare Court, led by one of the Firstborn, acts with cruelty and attempts to add their nightmares into the Piltree so that one day they can change their parent to their side. As a newborn Sylvari, you will battle the darkness within the Dream of Dreams and emerge from the golden fruit pod on the branches of the Piltree, where your honest, direct and focused personalities will have to stand against the many dangers facing your race and all of Tyria. Have fun!